All right, my truck just hit 100,000 miles. I've owned this truck since new. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna walk through the total cost of ownership of it of the past 100,000 miles. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a look at how much all the maintenance has cost me, and then we're gonna take a look at how much everything that has broken has cost me. So let's go ahead, let's jump into it. Okay, so this video is going to be broken into two sections. The first section is going to be the maintenance, everything that I've had to do to this truck to keep it maintained for the first 100,000 miles, including the costs that go along with it. The second section, we'll look at everything that's broken on this truck. So that's things that have actually failed or things that I've had to replace before they have potentially failed. I will say, first, on this truck, I bought it new. I have over 100,000 miles on it now, and it has never left me stranded, knock on wood, or since it's an XLT, plastic. Now for the first maintenance item, it's the coolant system. Now I've had to keep adding coolant to this every 20 to 30,000 miles, which probably isn't normal, but I have noticed that the coolant level does go down slightly every 3 or 4 oil changes. And you can see here that the coolant tank is a little bit low right now. I am on an incline, but overall, something that I've had to keep a watch out. Not a major issue. Now, the next item is oil changes. I've done quite a few oil changes in my truck. I don't know exactly how many, but I've estimated that I spent around $1,600 in oil changes over the 100,000 miles. That unfortunately doesn't include the cost that I've had to put an extra quart in every few thousand miles. I do notice that my truck is eating oil, which is not great, but it's been 100,000 miles. It's still running well. And, with that, a little bit of oil, I guess, is okay. Not something that I really like to see, but it does happen on these F-150s, especially the 18s. Now, something else that has happened to me is I actually ended up getting a flat tire on my new tires pretty early. I replaced them with these Duratracs here, which I've been running for the past few years, and they've done really well up until this point, but I'm at the point where they make so much noise that they probably need to be replaced. I really can't stand driving this car for really long road trips. So these are going to get replaced. I haven't decided if I'm going to go Wild Peaks or if I'm going to go KO3s yet, but that's a decision that I'm going to need to make. But luckily, something that didn't fail when I was doing that is the spare tire lock in this truck. Now, if you've been watching my more recent videos, I was doing the rear differential fluid on this truck and my spare tire lock. I couldn't actually get in here because it was frozen. So what I believe happened is water got in here, pretty much rusted everything up, and I couldn't get it out with the key like you're supposed to. So I ended up having to replace this. It was something very cheap. It was maybe 10 bucks. And then I ended up replacing that. And when I did, I have access to it again. That's something that you want to make sure that you can get access to, because if you don't, there's always a chance you're going to get stuck on the side of the road. Now, something else that I've had to do for maintenance on this is spark plugs. I think Ford recommends you to do them at 100,000 miles, but definitely needed to be done a lot earlier. I checked them when I did them at like 70 or 80,000 miles, and they were way out of spec. So if you get the chance, make sure you go ahead and you do your spark plugs before it's required, because if you wait to 100,000 miles, the truck's gonna be running horribly. Mine runs well after I changed them. Spark plugs on this truck are really easy. I have a good do-it-yourself video on it if you do want to check that out. Now, the next maintenance that I had to do is what I'm going to call door water. So on these trucks, there are drains down at the bottom there and there. And if you don't make sure that they're completely clear, there's the chance that you're going to get water stuck in your door. And what was actually happening for me is I could hear water sloshing around in the door while I was driving around. So if I hit the brakes, all that water would come forward, and then I accelerate, it would go back. And when I did that, you can actually hear the water. So I ended up having to clean both of those drains out. Really simple project to do, pretty much free, but it was something that you need to watch out for on these trucks. But I will say everything in here seemed to be waterproofed pretty well, so I didn't really have to worry about that. Now, the next item that I replaced on this truck for maintenance was the belts on the front of the engine. They looked fine when I took them off. They were probably getting a little bit up there in age. I mean, the truck is 7 years old, living here in New England, and with that, it was a good time to do it. To change them off, it was probably like a quick hour project, and it only cost me about $100. So quick and easy replacement, just making sure that they don't fail on me. Now, another item that I had to do on this truck is I did brakes front and rear. Now, for my truck, I did them pretty early. I end up driving around a lot of New England snow. I dip the rear of the truck in the water when I'm going to drop a jet ski off of the ocean. I do trailer snowmobiles up into New Hampshire when I go snowmobiling. I take this skiing, so it sees a lot of winter use. The whole point of this truck for me was to get something that I can abuse and have it hold up. Now, I ended up replacing both the front and the rear brakes on this. The rear brakes, they probably were fine. I just wanted to replace the rotors because they did get a little bit rusty. Now, the front brakes I did have an issue with. There was some pulsating, and I also noticed that when I ended up taking it apart that there was a slide that was stuck. So I'm glad I ended up taking those apart. But I ended up doing both the front and rear brakes at probably 40 to 50,000 miles. And I do tow a lot, so it's kind of expected, but a little bit probably earlier than I expected for the caliper pin to freeze. But again, it is New England. Okay, let's talk about things that broke. And first, it's gonna be this tailgate handle. So if you have an F-150 and you have a truck like this, you know, I've known quite a few people with these tailgate handles that actually get stuck in this out position. And when that happens, it's because there's a lot of corrosion that occurs inside of here. I don't know if it's from water intrusion or what, but with that, you know, you go to slam this stays up and it won't actually shut. So with that, I ended up having to replace this tailgate handle for maybe like $130, $132. Wasn't that big of a project, but it was something that failed on the truck. Now, something else that's failed on this truck is something that's pretty important. So I had my starter on its way out. Now, this truck does have auto start stop. It's been disabled since like 30 or 40,000 miles. Yet my starter still was getting to the point of failure. Now, what I noticed is when I went to start the car, some mornings and sometimes when the car is hot, you know, when you go to turn the key, it won't go through a full crank cycle, and it'll actually stop halfway through the cycle, or it'll stop and then restart back up. So with that, I didn't know what was going on. I ended up replacing the battery, which was an expense I wasn't expecting, but it wasn't the battery. And after that, I ended up replacing the starter, and the starter after 100,000 miles was completely corroded, completely gone. Now you can take a look at some of these pictures here and you can see how bad it looked. And after I replaced that, it's been working flawlessly. So on these trucks, living in New England, I can say you expect about 100,000 miles on these starters. Now, something else that did fail on my truck is the hood latch here. Now, not the latch itself, but the micro switch that's in there. The contacts got dirty or something, and what that means is your truck alarm will randomly go off at night and you won't know why. But what it was this hood latch micro switch failing. And at random parts of the night, the alarm would go off, and essentially what's happening is the switch in here is saying it's open, so it's thinking someone's breaking in, so it's setting the alarm off. But replacing this was a quick 30-minute project and it fixed everything. I have a video on how to do this replacement on my channel. You know, really easy to do. The important thing is you make sure you mark this off so that you don't misalign your hood when you put it back together. So another item that I had to do on this truck was I ended up having to do this side wheel bearing. I don't know what actually caused it to fail so soon, but I think it was just the New England winters and just the amount of salt on the road. But this one wheel bearing did fail. The driver's side one, completely fine. The passenger side one failed, was really easy to replace. Nothing was corroded, which I ended up being very lucky on. But overall, you know, easy project that was replaced, and then we moved on from there. When I did replace it, I replaced it at a time where parts were very limited. So I ended up going with one off of Rock Auto versus an OEM one or a Moog one. And, you know, I've been really happy with it, and it seems to be working pretty well. Now, to close this off, I just do want to say that this truck has been fantastic. It has never left me stranded. It's been really fun to mod, and it's a great family vehicle. So if I were to buy another truck, it's going to be another F-150. Well, I guess it's time for me to go inside and add all these up and see exactly how much that I've spent on this truck over the past 7 years of ownership and 100,000 miles. Now let's go ahead inside and calculate all this up. So let's go ahead and look at what this all adds up to. So this is over 7 years. The maintenance was all of this, which works out to be $3,438. So $3,438, which overall isn't that bad considering how long it's been. Now for things that have been broken, that is $826. So maintaining the truck is more expensive than the things that broke. So that's overall a good sign for 100,000 miles over 7 years. So the total will now work out to be $4,264, which over 7 years, that's only about $600 a year, which all things considered
you know, that really isn't that bad for maintenance and things that are broken. $600 for 7 years, in my mind, that's pretty good.
So I'm really happy with my F-150. If I were to get another truck, it would obviously be another F-150 or maybe even an F-250, but really happy with the 150. Let me know down in the comments if I've missed anything, things that have broken on your truck, things that have gone really well on your truck. Thanks for tuning in today to Smackey's Garage. I'll see you next time.